Welcome to another explainer provided by Trusted Realty Powered by Remax Saskatoon. Today we're unpacking something that's, well, probably one of the most exciting yet kind of terrifying experiences you'll ever go through, buying a home. It's always this crazy high-wire balancing act, right? You're constantly weighing your budget against that picture-perfect location, all while crossing your fingers that the place has every single feature you've been dreaming of. But as anyone who's found themselves endlessly scrolling through real estate listings at 2 a.m. knows, the line between what we absolutely need and what we just really want, it gets blurry, and it gets blurry fast. So I gotta ask, are you searching for a home or just hunting for a headache? Seriously, it's a genuine question. Because when you jump into the real estate market trying to check off literally every single box on your ultimate wish list, the sprawling yard, the pristine chef's kitchen, the top-tier school district, and all somehow miraculously under budget, you are almost certainly setting yourself up for a massive headache. It's just so incredibly easy to feel overwhelmed. The sheer volume of choices out there, mixed with the heavy emotional weight of making such a huge financial decision, it can totally make you lose sight of what actually makes a house a sustainable, long-term home for you and your family. Okay, let's dive into this, the complete prioritization guide. Think of this as your structural blueprint. It operates on a very simple but honestly profound premise. You've got to ruthlessly separate your non-negotiable needs from your optional wants. On one side, we have the unshakable pillars of a solid real estate decision. And on the other, well, that's where we put all those exciting, yet entirely secondary lifestyle enhancements. By breaking these things down, this guide acts like a safety net. It literally stops you from making those super costly, heat-of-the-moment emotional decisions. Section 1. Changeability and impact. The ultimate litmus test. So before we look at specific features, let's define exactly what a need actually is in the real estate world. A need is rigid. It represents a feature that is either completely permanent or it's so astronomically expensive to change that it might as well be permanent. We're talking about things like your absolute maximum budget, the geographic location, the minimum number of bedrooms for your family, and the safety of the neighborhood. These are the things you quite literally cannot live without. Trust me, if you mistake a vital need for a flexible want, like, say, compromising on a safe neighborhood just because you absolutely fell in love with a massive kitchen island, it is going to cost you heavily, both financially and emotionally, down the road. Now, in stark contrast to that, a want is highly flexible. These are your optional extras. The beautiful, shiny things that absolutely enhance your lifestyle, but they aren't foundational to the property itself. We're looking at things like a swimming pool, gleaming hardwood floors, or that massive smart fridge you've been eyeing online. The absolute magic of a want is its changeability. Almost all of this stuff can be added, swapped out, or fully renovated down the line once your budget allows for it. Think about how these two categories pit directly against each other. For core logistics and safety, this requires a firm, ultra-realistic focus on the structural integrity of the building and the strict boundaries of your bank account. Because listen, if the foundation is cracked or the asking price completely bankrupts you, absolutely nothing else matters. On the flip side, we have luxury amenities and layout. These are much lighter secondary priorities. Sure, an open concept living space is fantastic for hosting parties, but at the end of the day, it's a luxury, not a logistical necessity. Truly understanding this trade-off, that is exactly how you win in real estate. Section 2. The needs. Securing your non-negotiables. Now, what's really interesting about this next concept is how it lays out the absolute bedrock of your search, core logistics and safety. You simply must prioritize the structural integrity of the home. A beautiful fresh coat of paint means absolutely zero if the roof is literally caving in, right? Safety, both of the physical structure itself and the surrounding environment, is totally paramount. And, perhaps the most crucial rule of all, the price must stay strictly within your budget. No exceptions. These three elements are completely non-negotiable. They are your absolute baseline requirements before you even begin to consider the rest of the house. Next up on our list of non-negotiables is vital household space. And hey, this isn't about scoring a massive mansion. It's about the sheer practical logistics of human beings living under one roof together. You've got to identify the minimum total square footage your household actually requires to function without driving each other crazy. You absolutely must have a strict minimum number of bedrooms and bathrooms. If you've got a family of 5, a gorgeous 2-bedroom house simply isn't going to cut it no matter how much you might love that backyard. You really must prioritize the actual physical space you need to live comfortably on a day-to-day basis. The final pillar of our needs is fixed location. Think about it. You can change the paint color, you can rip up that ugly carpet, but you absolutely cannot pick up the house and move it 10 miles closer to your office. Choosing the right school district for your kids and locking in an acceptable commute time are completely critical decisions. A 2-hour daily commute will quickly drain the joy out of even the most stunning, perfect property. Location is permanent, guys, so it has to be treated as a rigid, unbending need. Section 3. The wants. Evaluating nice-to-have extras. Let's move to and see how this builds out the rest of our framework, focusing on the fun, flexible elements. At the very top of the wants list are luxury amenities and layout. We're talking things like swimming pools, hot tubs, and those highly desirable open floor plans. Let's be totally honest here. These features are incredibly seductive. When you walk into a house with this gorgeous resort-style backyard oasis, it is so easy to get swept away in the fantasy. But you have to remember your training. These are secondary priorities. They're lifestyle enhancements, and while they are undeniably wonderful to have, they should never, ever overshadow your core needs. Then we move into aesthetic finishes. Look, we all love walking into a kitchen with flawless granite countertops, high-end designer paint colors, or those stunning hardwood and marble floors. They look beautiful, and they just make a house feel incredibly premium. However, these are strictly aesthetic. They're totally surface level. As gorgeous as they are, the absence of marble floors or, the presence of neon green bedroom walls shouldn't make or break a core real estate deal. Not if the structural integrity and the location are perfect. Finally, we've got cosmetic upgrades. This includes things like modern stainless steel appliances or trendy light fixtures. Listen, these are literally the easiest things in the world to swap out later. It is a massive real estate tragedy to pass on a structurally perfect home sitting right in your ideal school district simply because the current owner happens to have an outdated, chunky white refrigerator. Do not let easily renovated features distract you from making a rock-solid investment. Section 4. Making your smartest move. Putting the guide into practice. So the crucial point is, now that you have this entire framework, it's time to actually put it into action. And you want to do that with the right partners. If you have any questions at all about this prioritization guide, or if you're finally ready to start looking at properties that actually meet your core needs without the headaches, you need to reach out. You can call directly with your questions or to book a showing at 306-241-6029. There's also an alternate number available at 306-341-4401. The whole team at Trusted Realty, powered by Remax Saskatoon, is standing by, ready to help you navigate this crazy market smartly and effectively. As we wrap up today's explainer, I want to leave you with a bit of a provocative thought to chew on before you head out to your next open house. I want you to take a hard look at your own wish list right now. Seriously, strip away the shiny stainless steel and the fancy swimming pools. What is your ultimate real estate deal breaker? What is that one core logistical element you truly, absolutely cannot live without? Figure that out, lock it in, and let it guide your home. Thanks so much for joining us, and hey, happy house hunting!